Hi, I'm Stan Goldstein with Kates-Boylston Publications. As part of our KB on the Road live series, I'm happy to be joined by Danielle Thacker, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Thacker Caskets. Danielle, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Stan. How are you?
Good, good. So tell us about Thacker Caskets.
So Thacker is the largest independently owned and operated casket company in the United States. We serve 17 states directly through 16 different distribution centers. And we also even have vertically integrated and have our own manufacturing plant where we actually manufacture caskets as well as a lot of the component pieces that go into a casket.
Great. And what sets Thacker apart from other casket companies in the marketplace?
Well, Stan, I think the biggest thing is that 92% of funeral homes out there are family owned and operated funeral homes. So overwhelming majority of all funeral homes are locally owned, locally operated, within their local community. And Thacker, we kind of embrace the same ideals. We're also family owned and operated. We have been since 1939. We're not run by corporates. And about 70% of the funeral homes out there, though, they deal with a corporate company. So we resonate with a lot of our funeral director customers because of the fact that we are family owned and operated just like they are.
And you've always been family owned and operated since the beginning?
Yeah, so we've since the beginning, my grandfather started the business in 1939 in Washington, D.C. We were a local jobber in the local market, just going as far as maybe Philadelphia and Western Maryland. And slowly we've grown the business, like I said, to 16 different distribution centers. So it's been pretty exciting.
Great. Tell us about 3 services that are unique and your customers love.
So at Thacker, we don't only try to sell a casket and bring a good casket and a good price, but we also try to offer a lot of our funeral directors a lot of different support services. So one of the biggest ones that we have had a lot of success with, our funeral home customers have had a lot of success with, is the Remembrance line, cremation rental line of caskets. So basically we have a line of 7 and then also an oversized, so a total of 8 different cremation caskets, cremation rental caskets in metal and in wood. And basically, the funeral homes who are in our local distribution network can actually rent those rentals from us. So you would say, the funeral director would say, hey, I have a service on Tuesday, bring it to me Monday, and you can pick it up on Thursday when I'm complete with my services. So that's a really fantastic way that the funeral home doesn't actually have to purchase and store those rental caskets. Another one is Taylor Designs. And Taylor Designs was really, the idea was born out of requests out of funeral homes for interchangeable interiors. A lot of the people within the industry, if you wanted to change an interior, you actually had to get a custom casket made and it will take you 2 to 3 weeks, rendering it basically undoable for an at-need family. So we actually created a fastening system within our caskets to where we can do an interchangeable interior for next day delivery. So it's something our customers find a lot of value in, as they can, a family can select the casket and then they can select from one of our 8 modern woven fabrics, and they can have that casket all the next day. And then the last one is a newer program with us, where we actually create custom catalogs and custom booklets for our funeral directors to where they pick out a grouping of 20 caskets. We actually give them and put in their retail pricing so they can use these booklets with a family, and we provide 25 copies at no charge to the funeral home.
Okay, following up on that, how about some of the new initiatives Thacker has been working on recently?
So recently we've been working on a lot of initiatives. At Thacker, we don't really let too much grass grow under our feet. But the biggest one we just finished up, we did our largest acquisition in our company history. We purchased Quality Professional Products out of Michigan. It was a great match and a great pairing of 2 wonderful companies. Quality Professional Products had done a wonderful job growing their base of business in that Michigan market, Indiana market, Ohio markets, and we're glad to be able to partner with them. So that was the biggest initiative that we've had this year already. But also we're going to be rolling out a new version of our digital presentation platform called iArrange. iArrange has been in existence for about 7 or 8 years now as a way for funeral directors to be able to show and display caskets. But we're going to kind of take iArrange to the next level. We're re-platforming it. You'll be able to do some administrative type tasks like pay your bill online or look at your open orders, but also still have all the presentation side of it that it currently has, to where you can market and merchandise the caskets that you want to a family. And then the last one, we have a couple of new products coming out. I can't tell you much about them now, but they're going to be highly involved in personalization. We do feel as if personalization brings a lot of value to today's consumers. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is rolling out more and more products and services that revolve around personalization. How can you personalize that casket to be a part of that personalized service? So that casket is essentially a prop in that overall personalized service. So how can you create that prop to feed into that service that you're creating? So again, we're going to be rolling out some exciting new products that will kind of take it to the next level.
All right. And speaking of the next level, let's take it to the next step. What do you see the future of the funeral industry?
Well, I think no matter what, no matter where we're at in the market, funeral homes, suppliers alike, we have to make sure that, as a supplier, I have to bring value to that funeral home, and as a funeral home, you have to bring value to that family that you serve every day. If you can't bring value, then that consumer is going to seek other ways and other methods of conducting a funeral. And we've seen some of that already and the funeral industry changing a bit. So I think the biggest thing for the funeral industry is we got to continue to adapt and evolve. If I had to answer that question in one word, it would be adaptation. If we don't adapt, we are not going to be here in the future, any of us. So we have to look at today's generation of consumers, understand what they want to buy, but more importantly, understand how they want to buy it. They will spend the money. We just have to be able to bring them an experience that they're happy with, they're satisfied with, and also bring them the products that they're happy and satisfied with. And for today's generation of consumers, that's changed a lot. So more specifically with regards to caskets, today's generation of consumers doesn't care as much about gauge or round ends or swing bars. They care more about the look and the visual appeal and the color and the price of the casket. So we have to market and merchandise toward those things that they can appreciate.
Okay. And how may someone get in contact with you if they're interested?
So you're more than welcome to put an inquiry on our website, www.thackercaskets.com. You're also more than welcome to call our 1-800 number, 1-800-637-8891 if you have any additional questions. Or lastly, you can certainly feel free to email me. It's Danielle.Thacker@thackercaskets.com.
Okay, great. Thank you for joining us today and have a great day, Danielle.
All right. Thank you so much, Dan.
Okay, take care.